Mhm. Okay, let's see if it's working now. It's so strange. It's just like not popping up for me, saying that YouTube isn't receiving any data about my stream, but OBS is saying that I'm live. What the fuck? Yeah, this should be good. What is YouTube Studio? I think like YouTube Studio is just fucking up right now. I go to my live page. Okay. It does say it's live. Weird. Oh, there we go. Finally. Cool. All right, back to what I was working on last night. I think the last thing I had just gotten was like a very basic version of the gun physics handle starting to get working again, which is pretty tight. You can see this little ball here that I had to put in place just for, that is like where the gun is trying to get held to. Whoa. What happened there? Weird. I don't think anything should have been happening. It's happened a couple times, so I think it's just been like turning off randomly, which is very strange, but we've got to start segmenting off some of this code into this component a little bit better now. So what are the things that I need here? Got to kind of take everything from my old grab component and move it over to the new one. So why don't I start taking a look at that? I like don't know if I need this to be in C++, but also it could just be really nice and easy to have it be in C++ and not expose a whole lot of functions to myself that I really don't need here. But I think this is all kind of nicely cleaned up for now at least. So let's just try and take that and get it into this blueprint a little bit better. Yeah. Whoa. Fatal error on opening up the physics constraint component. Goes crazy hard. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna have to open that back up. I need to figure out, the physics constraints are so confusing. Like they really don't actually work in any way that kind of makes that much sense to me. All their settings are like so weirdly inverted. Okay, and then get rid of these, because I believe I was doing reference position and reference orientation of frame 2. Frame 2 is the one that actually is the component that we follow. And then these will also need to be here. I think if I can just make a really clean interface from C++ to Blueprint with this guy, would be really nice to not have to have like a bunch of exposed event graphs and stuff in Blueprint. Like if most of the actual legwork of this constraint can just be done, hopefully in just in code, and then expose like a way simplified grab function would be nice. So let's see here. Great. So here's our grab physics constraint blueprint that we build on. Now, what I need is I begin play. There we go. Okay. So right now when I want to grab something, this is the chain of events. The component we want to grab, and then the component that we are grabbing by or grabbing with. So if I come over here to code and we go this takes a handle, this takes and for myself, I think I'm gonna want these backwards. Yeah, that's kind of just undoing what I just did and renaming a little bit, but input grab, input handle, and then just want to try and clean up some of this. These actually do need to be opposite. This should be input handle, input grab, none. And so let's see here. Now I could potentially simplify this even more for myself and just make it so that I always have to have this component if it wants to grab to something. I would have this component like only accept a handle that it's trying to grab, and then the rest of this would happen on its own. I don't want to have to do that setup every time, but it is very annoying to have to input a grab because right now a physics constraint is only ever going to hold one object at a time. They can't hold multiple. So in the case of being an editor and I make one of these for a hand, this is never going to yeah, right now we're tacking it onto hand here, but this is not actually a part of hand. I have to feed it in when I'm doing that, which is kind of annoying, to be honest. I wish there was a maybe easier way to make that association. Like I could always make it so that whenever I want to use the grab physics constraint component, I just have to put it under a primitive, and that's the primitive that's gonna like attach, which would be super easy. But then any hierarchy stuff I ever need to do where I don't want this to necessarily be under this, which I can't really think of an occasion right now, but also it would just break otherwise. Or, oh, that's it. I can feed in none by default. And if no overriding primitive is detected, we will just try and get the attached parent. I think that's the way to do it. So input grab equal, can I do null pointer with an override? Yeah, that works. Cool. Okay. If get attach parent so put a warning there, then try to get the attached parent primitive component. New component. So get attached parent, input grab, cast primitive component, get attached parent. Or can I do, if there's no attached parent, we'll say oh, that wouldn't make any sense. There's basically always gonna have to be an attached parent. This is a fucking scene component, right? Yeah. Or yeah. Okay. So yeah. Oh, no, that's not what I want. I do want to set this. If get attached, okay. Nope, please don't write that. Okay, so if our attached parent get class equals this, we cast to it and get it. Cool. And then yeah, so I don't need this return here. So this will basically just do nothing if those requirements are not met. Input grab primitive is null and parent is not a primitive component. Now, I believe I can still call set constrained components with none on my input grab, and it should just attach to like the actor, but I'm not 100% sure how that works yet. So I might have to fuck around in Blueprint and see how that goes. But grab primitive, input grab, handle primitive equals input handle. Then we're going to set these. Update grab reference frame. It's probably a good name for this. And we can see, this is going to be public. And then these are going to be private. And we're going to say grab reference frame. Oh yeah, this takes like a front and right or something, right? It's a get forward, get. Let's try that. I don't think it's forward and up. I think it's forward and right. And then I can double check though. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's try. So, gotta try and come up with a little bit better name for this, because right now we set the constrained components and update the grabs reference frame, which is like the hand, which, let me hit play real quick. Because if I come into So I'm not quite sure why that. Oh, you know what? The gun actually might just be going to sleep. That genuinely, I don't think that actually is a problem with my constraint holder. I think that's let me see here. So I wonder if setting that's going to be different. I could just try turning it off, but okay. It's definitely when it goes to sleep, I think. I'm like 99% sure. Scaling of inertia, whatever. Start awake. It's weird to me that there's no, like, just forced not to sleep, but... Own sleep threshold multiplier, okay. I mean, if I just turn that off... Now that's... very strange. Wonder if that's negative, what happens. Crazy, okay. How do I... This might be really dumb, but let's just also print this maybe. Okay. Maybe it's not that? What? I mean, that feels like it had to be it. But I guess not? Maybe it is just something to do with my joint that I need to check. Soft constraint or a spring. Yeah. It's weird that it only is happening once the gun fully stops, but it's not saying that it's falling asleep. Like, I would assume that that is exactly what's happening, but that's crazy that it's not, maybe? Huh. Okay. Whatever, I can worry about the sleep thing in a minute. So, update grab reference frame, which just have our primitive, changes its location to match. Make sure our code's the same here. So we're gonna first do set constraint reference position to, and that's our grabbing primitives world location. So set constraint reference location, reference position. Yeah. Frame 2, grabbing location. Okay. And then do the same thing with reference orientation, which frame 2, Forward is the primary axis. Secondary is right. That's on the grab primitive. Okay. Now in tick, if we have no grab primitive, component tick enabled, false. Handle primitive, component tick enabled, false. And then we're just going to say update grab reference frame. Okay. Now remove all that. So this shouldn't do any grabbing now. Yeah, totally fine with that. So then let's I need to make a transform, and we're going to say hand get world location. And get world rotation. Scale 111. Okay, so that should spawn the gun a little further ahead of me. Nice. Way better. So that should also just make it so now when I spawn in the gun and then try and grab it, I don't get like a weird like physicsy wobble thing from it just spawning not where it's actually immediately going to be snapped to in that grab. I definitely need to like eventually make the initial grab softer so it like pulls the item to you and doesn't just try and like max speed force it into your hand from wherever it is. But that's a later problem. So a lot of that seems to be working now. Just do a quick compile. God, last night was so rough. Just like 4 hours of trying everything I could to try and get this fucking grab constraint to actually just take in some palatable fucking inputs and outputs, dude. Like the amount of things that I feel like I tried and combos. Like I feel like I tried, it's working now, but like I feel like I tried the combination of like orders for setting reference positions and setting reference frames, and just no matter what I did, it never seemed to actually work. Oh, right. I suppose I did just change one of my headers. That would make sense. Restart. Okay. If I go like that, and then God, Firefox really just be stealing all my resources. That I've got something dumb. Oh, is it these guys that I changed? Input grab. Yeah, I know. Maybe I should turn analysis back on. That would probably be a good idea. The amount of times the analysis in Writer just like shows me a whole lot of errors for no reason is so annoying. Like core engine errors that are just like, or like format stuff that's like, oh, this is just some deep fucking Unreal source fucking file that now is just going to appear in your project as totally broken. Ah. Oh boy. Oh, do you not in C++ also put them in the... Wow, that's so strange. And I guess it makes sense, but... Okay. Alright, and now we can go... Let's remove the tick function in here because this should all happen via the code now. Okay. And hand. One that's grabbing. Okay. Let's see if everything crashes or not. Oh yeah, that's crash. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, I'm still getting the weird sleep thing. But, wow, my logs are... Yeah. That is definitely happening on tick, which works. What is all of this? Chaos fucking... Oh, that wasn't even... Ensure conditionally. What is like physics rewind data? Weird. Okay, let's see if that happens again. It does not. All right, thank you, Unreal. Very good. Now that's very strange too, because I wasn't getting nearly as much weird wobble last time. Oh. Wait, what is happening there? And okay. And gun model. And reference position. And on the grab physics constraint, which should be that, and is our grab. Gun model has the handle. Should be fine. I'm not sure why it's like so far ahead of us. It should be like directly, like if I spawn just the gun, it should be on that hand. Yeah, that's very close. Okay, so now if I grab, like a weird transform thing that's happening maybe. Yeah, like that's way out ahead of where I'm actually trying to. Yeah, let's look at our grab constraints here. Let's try not scaling any of these limits. Okay. Okay. So strange that it's getting all choppy now, but last night wasn't giving me any of this chunky shit. What the fuck? Okay, let's try. Remove physics constraint 1, because I don't need that. That's extra. We'll also remove that guy because I don't need it at the moment, and we'll put a new one in. Gotta make sure that it's easy to set up regardless. Grab physics constraint, and we pass in you. And let me get my log back up over here on my other monitor. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, that's fine. It's fine for now. Fine for now. It is technically grabbing it. What more could you ask for? Okay. So now if let's see here. Fuck around with this constraint some more. God, that's funny. Let me see if this also freezes in. Okay, it's 100% a rigid body sleeping situation, but I don't know why it's not declaring it as asleep. So that's rotation offset. And let's add some force to this guy, huh? Oh, okay. I mean, that shouldn't have. Oh, maybe parent dominates needs to be there. It's so strange. It shouldn't be doing anything even remotely linear, like glitchy, like it's doing. Like disable collision. Let's don't do mass conditioning. Mm. Like, that's just so fucking weird looking. It shouldn't be doing anything even remotely close. Why? Why? If this is locked and I lock all of these as well, this should just be a rock solid hold with no fucking weird movement. But it's not, and this is different, dude. This is different than what was going on earlier. What the fuck? Okay. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Why is the fucking constraint component so impossible, dude? Okay. Let's go back to not the C++ version. Set constraint components. Grab physics constraint. And then that. And do that. And do that. And that. Like, come on. What am I doing differently? There's something fucky is going on. Okay. So all right. We grab component, set constrained components, input handle first, input grab as component 2. Put handle first, grab. Okay. Setting reference position. I mean, this is the world space location, right? Return location of the component in world space, like that. So, all right, let me just run this back one more time. So right now, with a constraint doing nothing, I don't get any glitchiness whatsoever. That's just absolutely rock solid. And this, yeah, that's totally fine. Great. So no glitchiness, no stuttery, a little bit of physics interaction, totally fine, exactly as it should be. Okay, I still have the sleeping rigid body problem, but that's different. And all that's doing is setting the constrained components with the gun model in the hand. Um, and that's gun model is component 1, hand is component 2. So we're going to put the hand is our grabber. I suppose I could just reorder these so it's a little easier for me to not have to flop them back and forth. But we hand is our handle. Our hand is our input grabber, and then input handle is there. I mean, that should make sense. Okay. So if let's not lock these so hard. So limited with 0 range. Let me see if that does anything different, or that should still be like frozen. Cool. So now limited with 15 units of wiggle room. Cool. As it should be. Has no linear drives or anything. So then if I take our position target, make that 250. Okay, that might need to be higher. And say 2000, and we'll have a 50 strength. Oh, God, dude, the fucking sleeping rigid body thing is so fucking annoying. Okay, so a little too aggressive on the force here. Oh my God, that's crazy looking. Okay, so try a little higher dampening. Right, so I'm not getting any glitchiness here. I mean, like, there's obviously how much this is wobbling, which is its own problem, just messing with the joints, getting that correct. But, let me see what soft constraint. I mean, that's still doing what it's supposed to be doing. Like, I don't think I really get the soft constraint for linear constraint. It almost never feels like it's actually doing anything. So if I turn on a limited rotation, now we should be holding it in the middle, but or it's just gonna flop around a little bit. Or no, I still have, oh, I am still applying force, but now it can kind of lag behind. That's kind of cool. I mean, whoa. Oh, is that just collision between the parent? Because I moved the hand back? If that was it, that would be crazy. No. That's not it. God damn it, dude. What is... Maybe let's take off the softness on the angle ones as well. Maybe that's just making it behave kind of funny. Whoa. That's not making it behave funny. Anything that was helping. Okay. Oh my. What am I, a fucking goddamn turret? Okay, definitely not the same values for those. I mean, no more glitchiness. Feels real nice and stable and smooth when moving in a line, which is no longer getting the weird forward glitchiness either. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere. That's cool. Ugh, it just makes all the interactions with like everything else once this is working feel so natural and smooth. Like jumping, wobbling your gun and stuff. It's not like a predetermined animation that says this is how you have to aim your gun now that you did the jump animation. Maybe let's try mass conditioning. I want to see if that's doing anything funky to it. Honestly, it may be wiser to leave that on. Okay. Seems to be performing well under most circumstances. I don't really care if it gets that glitchy and weird looking when it's behind an object like that. Just don't shove your gun directly into the wall, you know? Okay, whatever. That's kind of working for now, but that's not using the actual grab that I'd want to use, so I know that the joint settings are correct now, so it's gonna end up being something, maybe with my event tick or something, that or it's just gonna work perfectly fine. Nope. Like, that just isn't. So, what would that be? The tick that I've been doing this on is on the character, and the character tick has been updating the constraint positions. So if in my code I am ticking on the component, because I know that all of this is like literally identical. It's the same functions getting called, but the tick is the only thing that's actually different every frame. So maybe there's something in here that I need to kind of figure out, which is okay. Let's not call that on tick, and then I'll do the tick in the editor in Blueprint and see. It's gonna be really fucking annoying if I have to do this in Blueprint for every single one of them, because it's the only way that like the tick function actually ends up being smooth. Or I just maybe need to do something like on the physics tick or something. I think that's It's got to be the difference, like just some weird, like the components not ticking at the same time. That's why it's getting all jittery, because it's updating like asynchronously from the physics tick. But I don't know if that's how the engine works. I don't know anything about how the engine works, honestly. Shit makes me feel like an idiot. Okay, so this should just update one time. Yeah, and then we're not doing anything on tick anymore. So let's go do that on the actor. So we're using our C++ grab function. And blueprint tick is smooth as butter, dude. What the fuck is with the C++ fucking version of shit? Okay. Good to know that it's where the tick is going on. All right, so let's see. I need to like look up documentation or something, see how to do something on just the physics tick, if that's even something I can like call. Oh, maybe, you know what it is? I bet I can like change it in here. No, that's during physics. Ooh. Pre-physics might be the way to go. Okay, so if I just change pre-physics, but I'm still doing blueprint tick. So it was ticking on the physics, but now pre-physics, still buttery. A little jitter there, but that's more than acceptable for now. But now if I take that off and we do that and recompile, I think if the physics tick is the problem, that I can maybe fix that really easily. Let's see. So I can also just set that in C++ in the constructor or something, maybe. Okay. Okay. So let's try coming under here and say dot tick group was okay. So using the grab constraint. Okay. So hmm. When your keys are just in your fucking pocket for way too long. Hmm. Now, oh, weird. Revolver is also taking pre-physics. Let me see. Doesn't seem like it's going to be a problem though. Okay, so let's go back to using just the blueprint stuff. Um, that's so strange. Like, I feel like I'm just gonna have to end up using Blueprint because C++ is just being a fucking bitch. Like, that's crazy. Uh, okay, let's move. Oh, that's actually a really good idea. If I try moving the tick stuff onto the component itself, and now seeing uh okay, and then we're gonna say oh, that's just self. Yeah. I don't need to get a reference there because we know we're running on this. So let's do variable hand, and then let's name this we're gonna update the grab component. Oh, never mind, we're not gonna do that. Hey, it doesn't want to let me do that. That's fine. And instance. Oh, that's fine. Don't need to do anything with that right now. If I grab a branch, okay, let's come back to our C++ real quick, and we're going to delete a couple of these, and then we're going to absolutely not do anything in the tick in C++. Then let's make this blueprint callable. And this will be blueprint read write. Okay. Okay. No pointer. Just give myself a couple extra functions to work with here once I'm back in Blueprint. Let's just get rid of all of this tick stuff in C++ because that is clearly doing something very funky and I don't want to fuck with it right now. Okay. My 3 blueprint callable things. Release, grab, and update grab reference frame. And under here, do that at the top. And let's give that a quick compile. I'm gonna go heat my coffee up. I'll be right back. All right. Now what was that last thing that I was doing here? Yeah, we're gonna go grab. Oh, right, that has to be of our blueprint though. Okay. This, and I can copy all. Goes pretty hard. Honestly, didn't expect that at all. Okay. So now we should be grabbing with the new component, and then the blueprint should be doing its tick. Whoa. And that would be incorrect. Oh my. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Is valid. And oh, I suppose I need to let's get rid of this and compile. So I need to expose these properties here. Grab primitive. Visible anywhere. Oh, that's not it. Blueprint read write, edit anywhere. Blueprint. Double. Is that? Okay. Can never remember like what all of the fucking macros are for making something exposed to blueprint. It feels so fucking like a blueprintable, blueprint type, blueprinting, blueprintis, blue a printer. Oh, there we go. Okay. That is updating now. Correctly. So now what are we doing here? Calling grab component, and we're throwing in the handle. I feel like I really could just simplify this because it should always just try and get the parent, and if not, it can throw an error, and that will be way fucking simpler than having to feed this the component it's going to grab every time. It really doesn't matter. You can go get it from somewhere else, and I can override that. If I really need it later, I can do that later. I don't care though right now. So we'll say just this here. And go get attached parent and grab prim equals this. And then Okay, and that should just be a log because that's good if it's doing that. Handle, input handle. I don't need the else because this is successful. Or no, that's the error, yeah. So that's cool. If the parent is a primitive, we get it. And if it's no handle, whatever, and then we can do grab prim. I feel like it might be worth maybe making the name of this guy input child child handle or something. Make it a little clearer. So okay, grab component. We have a parent that's primitive, we use that. If not, we just make sure that the child handle actually exists. And there. And then we update grab reference frame. And then release component can do that. And that seems like it might be it. Let's give that a little compile. Okay. Oh. Yeah. That makes sense. Let's go like this. And we can just toss this under hand. And if I move its position up there, that should be fine. We can then, I need to copy like all of these categories. Constraint behavior. Actually, let's not do any modifications for now. Let's just try and copy this exactly. Linear limits. Okay. Angular limits. Oh, wait, hold on. All of those got reset? Weird. Whatever. Alright. Renaming an object on top of an existing object is not allowed? What? I wasn't renaming anything. I was just deleting a thing. Alright, very cool. Thank you, Unreal. Damn, this shit really still building? There we go. Oh my god, that crashes it again? Wait, hold on. What is going on? Grab physics component, constraint component, VPC. Top of an existing object. What the fuck? I don't understand. I like can't delete that fucking component. Hmm. Okay, Unreal. You're playing a very itchy game right now, huh? Okay. See if I can delete the other one first, maybe, and then that one. That's crazy. What is this issue? Grab physics. Okay, renaming an object. Okay, U object, object CPP line 265, huh? Hmm. Okay. Is U object just a header or something? Why the fuck? Okay. Writer analysis is just getting fucky again, I guess. Oh god, not what I want. Okay. That's U object globals. Can I just get to the fucking U object fucking... They're all fucking headers. I don't understand. Okay. I have a serious doubt that's gonna be there, but yeah. All right, let's figure out if I can get this fucking component off in some other way. This shit's fucking awfully annoying, dude. Oh my god, that also is crashing it? What the fuck, bro? God damn it, man. Oh, fucking unreal. Okay, let's see if we can get some answers on what this is doing. Maybe I can delete them both at the same time? I don't know. What the fuck is this, man? It was just all so close to working. Might literally just be easier for me to just make a new Wild West character base and then pull from that. Oh, right. I have all these fucking graphs and shit on here. God damn it, bro. Okay. I might honestly have to do like a GitHub fucking reset here. Because this shit is borked. Okay. That works. Not crashing. No. Can I get rid of that? Okay. Oh, I cannot get rid of that. I have so much other shit that relies on that right now. Okay. Fuck. I mean, this is the whole point of refactoring all this, but goddamn. Oh, interesting. So that can't be. I really thought deleting the parent would delete the child components, but I guess not. So let's crash the engine again, why don't we? Okay. Let's go ahead and Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So I need to quite badly pull in my old shit. Very good. Let's reboot you. Let's see if I broke my whole project again, because GitHub is fucking terrifying. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. We're back to at least something that is functioning. All right. Let's try and be really clear about what we do here now, so that I don't absolutely bork my project again. Okay. All right, let's say okay. If our attached parent does equal a this should be a U primitive component, then we should say grab prim equals get attached parent, or no, we need to cast. Okay. Okay. So we have a grab component, we need a release component, and then we need a update constraint reference state grab constraint okay. And then let's not do that yet. I'll worry about shoving that into the C++ in a little bit. So we have our grab handle and release handle functions. And that all looks good. Let me try getting rid of that constructor for a moment. Whatever it defaults to is probably fine. I don't even know if that's possible though. Okay. Okay. So we do grab handle. Should get our parent if we're set up correctly. The handle's parent. And then grabbing a handle primitive, setting constrained components, child parent, enabled equals true. And then set to false. And then also, I guess I should set constrained yeah. Okay. And here Going to take all of this tick stuff and drag it in. Oh, this should be grab prim. Mm-hmm. And then we'll say it's valid. And handle prim is valid. Both of these are valid. We should do tick updating. And if they are not, let's throw this in a little sequence. This is cleaner looking. Okay. And then if we are not doing that, we should disable to false. Okay. Let's see if we crash. Let's go. Ugh. Oh, it's probably how I'm checking for the fucking class. Yeah. That's fucking stupid. What am I doing here? How do I fucking see if something is equal to a class? There we go. That should do it. Damn, about to eat the last of my cookies. R.I.P. Okay. Let's see if we crash again. No crash. Let's go. The only problem is we are not updating like at all here. Okay, let's see if we are currently that would make sense if I'm not getting this logged anywhere. Yeah, try that one more time. Okay. Now let's try that. Recompile. compile real quick. Okay. Oh, no crash. Okay. And now we're getting the jitter again from the component. Okay. I thought I was definitely about to crash there. I think that was just the same. Yeah. Okay, this is like the exact same error stack that happened last time, which I'm very confused by because that only happened the first time I tried the component thing. It doesn't happen again. Okay. Cool. So it seems like the character is ticking at a different rate than the physics constraint, and that's causing the jitter. So let's try. The tick group is pre-physics. Now, come on. There we go, baby. Holy shit. This has been like 4 or 5 days now of trying to get this to smoothly grab. Well, fuck it. All right. It's broken. Why do you do this to me, Unreal Engine, please? Okay, so I'm definitely getting some jitter on the angular rotation, but I think that is because I'm hitting the constraint limits on the rotation speed. And if I maybe try let's try okay, if I maybe let's make the I think that's the x-axis that's left to right. No. Might have been up and down that I just adjusted. Okay. Oh my god, bro. I know it's all wobbly and weird, but holy shit. Okay. Just tweak little by little. God, this is so satisfying. I've been trying for so long, so many days to get this fucking working now. Like, this fucking goddamn physics constraint is just so fucking infuriating to try and figure out, man. But look at that shit. Alright, there's still some weird edge cases and stuff, but also, once the hand is no longer just like a static frozen object trying to keep it in place, but the hand can be like physically moved back as well. And as soon as I figure out not sleeping anymore, holy shit, this needs to end my life. Let's also just do a quick push. Have constraint component. Uh, what else is not working about this currently that I should make a note of for myself? The great. Now let's set up the constructor for this guy. What is it? Primary component take can't ever take was true. Start with take enable is false. And this should be TG free physics. What's our deal here? Okay. value function, blueprint, implementable event, grab handle, on release handle. Hopefully this compiles. Okay. All right, that was very weird that it started off facing like a totally wrong direction, but totally fine for now as well. Settings, class defaults. Huh. On grab handle. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna restart Unreal, rebuild that, and use the bathroom. Okay. Alrighty. So let's see here. Yeah, it's gonna be a big chunky thing again. I gotta figure out what the hell that actually is, because it's really strange that first boot up of the editor grabbing anything is causing that and then never happens again. Like almost looks like a shader thing, but it's definitely something to do with chaos, which I'm not sure why. Make sure I'm actually calling my events correctly here. Cool. So on grab handle, we should say get handle. Oh, handle prim, and this should be let's see, anything related to sleep. God, I know it's got to be related to the gun itself just falling asleep, but I can't for the life of me figure out why. Even when I said it's sleep physics to be like 0 or something, or threshold to be 0. Maybe I didn't set it to custom when I tried that last time. Um, mm-hmm. And then let's try. Okay, so it definitely is just sleeping. Then let's say wake all rigid bodies. Okay, so now I can say, I mean, maybe what I do is in here, if we're ticking, we should, first thing, yeah, this should be just something that happens on the constraint itself. This shouldn't be something that the object needs to worry about. The constraint grabbing it should just tell it to wake up if it's asleep. Wake all rigid bodies. And like that. Oh, we're getting so close to actually having this be done. We can get rid of that. Get rid of those. Why? This is happening on tick, on the physics constraint. Oh, that's the grab primitive. Yeah, no, I need the handle primitive. Whoopsies. Fuck yeah. All right, I think that's like 99% of what I needed to be doing to make this fucking component actually work. Holy shit. We're like almost there. So I do want to get this shit working in C++. So let's go. Okay. So now we can say constraint reference position, and we're gonna say frame 2 to be grab position, and frame 2 to be grab, and we'll get component. Oh, this is just a primary secondary axis, right? This should be grab orientation, or no, this is orientation. And then get forward, grab rim, get right. Okay. Sure. Actually, that's not necessarily true that I need to disable that if they're not simulating physics. It matters. Doesn't really matter right now. If handle prim is body is awake. If we are not awake, we should handle prim. We should wake him up. Okay. If all of that is functioning really nice and neatly in Blueprint, that would be great. Okay. So now this should have nothing functioning on tick, and this should all be happening in the background on the C++ side of things. Fuck yes. Let's go. Physics gun. Physics constraint to the world. Obviously, I can work on fucking handling that shit more gracefully later, but goddamn. We got that working. Okay, now I have to switch over all of my old code from the physics handle and switch to this new grab physics constraint component. before, the way that I was doing this was using a kind of weird setup with the built-in physics handle, which I thought was gonna be fine, but there's just not enough control in the built-in physics handle to like do more advanced physics related kind of functionality. So let's say and R. And then none of this actually needs to be there. This constraint is like super self-contained now, which is really fucking cool. So now if I take my hand and I go physics, grab physics constraint, and we'll remove that one, compile this. Yeah. Grab physics constraint. The fuck? There we go. Do that. Now, oh, where's this? Cool. Oh, this should be make a transform, because I don't want all of the information from this thing. I don't want to ever get the scale when trying to grab. Get world location. Get world rotation. So now, if I hit play, this should just attach a real loose fucking nonsense. Yeah, but it's still smooth. Even when I wiggle back and forth really quick, it's not getting any jitter like the physics handle does. That's fucking awesome. Okay. So now, let's get rid of that. This is no longer a sequence that I need. And this is also gonna rework some of the other stuff I have going on, but this used to be 2 components that are now 1, which is great, and it handles getting the primitive above it. It handles the actual movement of the object when it's constrained, and I can add all kinds of other cool features to this later. And right now, I have most of this stuff already doing replication stuff using the old physics handle. So I need to kind of go through and transfer a lot of that code and functionality to this new component. But I think that should work. All things considered, pretty quick here. So let me see if can I paste this back in? Great. Let's go get let's see. Disable collision. And parent dominates. Actually, I just should go through and copy this. And then we need to go copy this. And then angular limits. Don't know why those aren't pasting correctly, but whatever. 1500 and 100. Yeah, maybe I should add some linear force to that. That would be a good idea. Okay, so let's get a little more force going. Fuck yeah. Okay. I think down the road I'm gonna have to make like profiles or something like that for these, so that way I can really easily just say make this like a hand style of grabber, make this like a rigid locked off, no rotation, no linear interpolation, whatever kind of component. But I think for right now this works really, really well. So let's see what we can start shoving where. So our old grab component. Now we've got a bunch of shit in here. We've got a grab, validate grab, a server grab, and an invalid grab. So let's go ahead and start writing some functions. Okay. Okay. Let's do server. And this needs to take one of these, and then we'll do with validation. Okay. That. All of those can be together. All of those can be together. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, so then we can go to here. So we call grab handle, and if we are the authority, we can go straight to server grab handle. And we're not the authority, we're gonna go through So how do I have this set up in Blueprint? So the first thing we do is grab, we go to validate grab. It's going to be a little different in C++ because the validation is going to happen on the server. So let's say how do we do this? Okay, let's just say I'm the server right now. I try and grab handle, and we say server grab handle. Now the server is going to need to do all of these checks. And return That's actually not where that needs to go. So the server does need to check that the input handle is not null. Otherwise, return true. Can I? It's the fucking. Never remember their fucking command for fucking commenting. Control/. Okay. Okay. If we have authority over this object, what other roles are there? Okay, that's fine. We should go to validate this. So what do we need to do to validate this? If input handle is not null pointer, then the actual grab implementation would be all of this. So then all of that happens on the server. And what I have to do is change the handle to a replicated using rep notify. Or is it not replicated using? It's just oh god, what's the fucking macro, dude? Okay. And then we should go to So when we replicate the handle, this is actually all the stuff that we have to do. Set constrain components, set tick enabled, and grab the handle. Because other people will need to do that once the server does it. So I don't know if rep notifies are called on the server like they are in Blueprint though. Kind of weird. I don't need to check that there because the validation already checks that. Then this can all get shoved way up here in the replication stuff. So we check our parent, set our grab primitive equals null pointer, we do this. Now we should release handle. And return out. But in the other case, where we did get a replicated handle, we get our parent. If not our parent, we don't worry about it. Set constrain components, handle prim, grab prim. And then Okay, and then this should all go under here. Okay, I know I'm obviously missing the person who doesn't have authority here. Calling grab handle. So I have to do like a local client check, I think. So that way people can't just ping the server over and over again for trying to grab whatever the fuck. All right. See if this compiles. Use the bathroom. That would make sense. Get lifetime replicated props. Okay, handle primitive, and see if that compiles. Nice. Okay, so rep notify does not call on in C++ like it does in Blueprint. So I need like a different now function kind of similar to this. Rep and then handle. Let's say void rep. And instead of on grab handle implementation, we need to do execute a grab handle. And then we need to do execute release handle. So now implementation can stay like this. And we can say on grab handle can come down here. And on release handle can come down here. And we can say execute grab handle. Okay, both of those being private is great. Now let's get these organized up here. Um, okay. Okay, we need to keep this guy here for now. And handle prim. Okay, I think that's almost everything for the networking stuff rewritten here. So we call grab handle. For the owner, we can just go straight up to server grab handle because that's going to do all the validation anyways. Then this is also going to go to server grab handle, but later is going to need some other checks before that. And then we validate, which just checks that it's not null. So later, other validation. Okay, then server grab handle implementation just goes to, so if that passes, because we do have an input handle, we go to the server grab handle implementation. It executes grab handle, and this does the sets our handle primitive, sets the constrained components, enables tick, and calls on grab handle in case we need an event to fire off at that point. And then when that's replicated, if we do not have a handle primitive that's replicated because we released it, just execute the release just to be safe, and then we can do all of this other stuff, which is execute grab handle prim, which is good. And this can get moved into the execute phase up here. So we try and get our parent, use them for our grabbing, do all of that. When we're replicating, we should just go straight to execute grab handle or execute release, depending on whether or not we have a valid primitive. Release is just calling server release, insert some other checks later. Very good. Right now, there's no other checks. Server release handle implementation, execute release handle. That's gonna be doing this functionality, which is, let's do that. Then okay, tick component, get lifetime, get props. Great. So let's see if that all compiles. All right. Oh, nice. That did compile. Okay. See if this grab works. Yeah, we'll take it. Okay, that looks like it did everything. Grab component, server grab handle implementation, on grab handle implementation. Grab component as a primitive parent, using as attach point. Great. So let's just do some more logging in here just to make this a little bit easier to read what's going on. Grabbing component. Okay. And we print the name. Okay. So now we do the validation. So grab handle validate. Oh, yeah, that is definitely the wrong order. Okay. Execute grab handle. Okay, so let's also change handle prim. That's just going to be handle this will be on rep handle. This will be on rep handle. Okay. Let's add a little bit of this. And save. Shot. Okay. Okay. This is honestly working pretty well. That's like most of the, I guess I should check if this is working on a client side as well. Which it is not. Mm-hmm. So Hmm. So the last thing I'm getting is grab handle implementation. Which should call execute grab handle. Oh, no. This is, so we're getting grab component and then going straight to server grab handle implementation. That should, let's go ahead and just compile real quick. Update my logging. I need some water. Very good. Is that just straight up a memory crash? I think it was. Okay. Then let's reboot.